The northern wind tore through the cliffs of Frostfang Mountains, carrying with it the scent of pine, snow, and wild freedom. No Alpha King had ever claimed dominion here. Tribes whispered of a beast that roamed these frozen peaks, feared and respected by all, the northern beast. Its fur was silver as moonlight, eyes like molten amber, and its howl could shatter ice from miles away. Legends said the beast answered to no one, bound only to the mountains, the wind, and its own fury. Hunters who tried to face it vanished without trace, yet here she came, Arya Snow, daughter of a minor northern pack and an untamed spirit herself, braved the blizzard that no one dared to cross. She carried a staff carved from frostwood, engraved with runes of protection. Her eyes, a rare shade of violet, reflected both courage and a secret sorrow. Hours passed, the snow thickened. Her boots sank deep, and her breath came in misty clouds. Then she heard it, a deep, resonant growl that vibrated through the rocks, a sound that made even seasoned wolves tremble. The northern beast appeared. Its enormous form emerged from the swirling snow, muscles rippling beneath silver fur, claws digging into ice, nostrils flaring at her scent. Arya did not flinch. "You're not afraid," it growled, voice low and melodic yet terrifying, echoing through the frozen canyon. "Most flee you. Why do you stand? I do not come to fight," she said, her voice steady despite the pounding of her heart. "I have come to call you by your true name." The beast tilted its head, curiosity piercing its golden gaze. True names were sacred, and to speak one aloud was a promise of connection and trust few had ever dared. None had succeeded. "What is my name?" it asked, its voice vibrating in the wind like distant thunder. "You have hidden it for centuries, but I know," Arya said. Her lips barely moved as she whispered the words, her voice carrying over snow and stone. The air shifted. The mountains themselves seemed to pause. The beast froze, eyes wide, nostrils quivering. It had never heard its true name spoken, not in a century, not in a lifetime. "You know me," it rumbled. "I do," Arya said, taking a cautious step forward. "And I will not fear you, but I will need your help. The Alpha Kings grow greedy. They encroach upon lands that are not theirs. You are free, but you could be the difference between peace and war." The northern beast's ears twitched. Its massive tail lashed snow into the air, a silent storm contained within a creature of legend. It regarded her, the snow crunching beneath its paws, and slowly, impossibly, it bowed. "Never have I bowed," it whispered, a tremor in its voice. "Never have I answered to anyone until now." Arya extended her hand. "Then we begin together." For the first time in centuries, the northern beast felt a bond it had never known. And for Arya, a destiny that would test love, loyalty, and courage had begun. The mountains whispered their approval, the wind howled its greeting, and the snow glittered like 1,000 tiny stars. The journey of a werewolf unlike any other, and the girl who had spoken its true name, was just beginning. The northern beast's paws crushed the ice with a force that seemed to shake the very mountains. Beside it, Arya moved with a grace born of both courage and determination, the snow swirling around them like spirits dancing. Each step down from the heights brought them closer to lands ruled by Alpha King's lands, where power was measured in fear, obedience, and blood. Even as the beast descended, a sense of unease settled over Arya. The air smelled different here, iron, smoke, and the faintest trace of other wolves. She could feel the tension radiating from hidden eyes watching them, calculating, waiting. "Why do you lead me here?" The beast growled softly, its massive head lowering to meet her gaze. "Because they are blind," Arya said, her violet eyes burned with resolve. "Blind to the cost of power, blind to the suffering they cause. You are free, yes, but the world beyond your mountains is not. You can help balance it." A shadow flickered among the trees below. A scout from one of the Alpha packs. The beast's ears twitched, and in a blink it vanished into the snow, silent as the wind. Moments later it reappeared, lifting a struggling young wolf into its jaws, unharmed but shaken. "They underestimate us," Arya said. "They think the northern beast is a myth. Soon they'll learn it is very real." The young wolf, trembling, whispered, I heard the stories. I didn't know it could be kind." "Kindness is not weakness," The beast rumbled, setting the wolf down gently, but do not mistake my mercy for submission. As night fell, the two approached a small valley lit by torches and fire pits, the territory of Ironclaw Pack, one of the fiercest and most brutal of the Alpha King's domains. The scent of authority and arrogance hung heavy in the air. From atop a jagged rock, the Alpha King of Ironclaw emerged. He was broad, imposing, with fur the color of storm clouds and eyes sharp as obsidian. He radiated dominance, every muscle tense and controlled. His voice boomed across the valley. Who dares enter Ironclaw lands? Arya stepped forward, hands raised in peace. I am Arya Snow. I come with no intention of war, but I come to speak truth. The Alpha King's lips curled into a sneer. Truth? Only a fool carries truth into my lands without bending the knee. A low growl rolled from the trees. The northern beast emerged, massive and untamed, glowing amber eyes locked on the Alpha King. The ground seemed to quake beneath its weight. This creature, the Alpha King spat, answers to no one. It answers to me, Arya said firmly, and it will stand for justice, not tyranny. The Alpha King laughed, a sound like cracking stone. Justice, you are a child playing with shadows. Step aside, or I will show you the true power of an Alpha King. The beast's growl rose into a ferocious howl, echoing across the valley, shaking even the trees. Fire flickered in its amber eyes, and the snow itself seemed to bow to its presence. You see, it rumbled, I bow to no Alpha King, but I bow to her. Speak again, Arya. Let them hear your command. Arya lifted her voice, her words clear, strong, and commanding. I call the northern beast by its true name. You will not harm innocence while I am here. You will respect the balance or face the consequences of your arrogance. For a heartbeat, the Alpha King's bravado faltered. He had faced many foes, but none like this, none who commanded a creature of legend by mere words. The night erupted into tension. Fires flared, wolves bared teeth, and the northern beast's howl split the silence like thunder. The balance of power in the north was about to shift forever, and the first move had just been made. The night air vibrated with tension as the northern beast's massive form blocked the Ironclaw Pack's path. Arya's voice had awakened a respect even the fiercest alphas rarely inspired, but respect alone would not be enough. She could feel the unease among the Alpha King's wolves, some curious, some ready to attack at the slightest signal. The Alpha King stepped forward, his storm, gray fur bristling. Do you really think a single creature and a girl can challenge the might of Ironclaw? His voice dripped contempt, but his eyes betrayed a flicker of fear. The beast stepped closer to Arya, its amber eyes glowing brighter in the torchlight. We are not a single creature, it said, voice deep as the mountains themselves. We are balance incarnate, and balance cannot be ignored. From the shadows, Ironclaw warriors lunged. Sharp claws, teeth bared, eyes wild with aggression. But the northern beast moved like a living avalanche, swift, powerful, and precise. Snow erupted with each strike, ice shards flying as wolves tumbled aside. Arya didn't stay behind. She moved like wind, dodging attacks and chanting protective runes from her staff. Light glowed around her hands, forming shields that deflected teeth and claw. Together, she and the beast were unstoppable, a perfect storm of power and precision. The Alpha King snarled, realizing brute force alone would not win. He signaled his elite guards, massive wolves trained for centuries, each one a weapon of destruction. The northern beast roared in challenge, a sound that rattled the very stones, and charged. Snow and fire collided as the two forces met. Arya's voice rose above the chaos, guiding the beast, weaving her will into its actions, each command spoken with certainty and trust. In the heart of the fray, the Alpha King and Arya locked eyes. For the first time, he saw not a fragile girl, but a force as fierce and untamed as the northern beast itself. He hesitated, and in that moment the beast struck, disarming his elite wolves with precision and leaving him exposed. Enough, Arya called, her voice cutting through the storm of battle. You seek dominance, but the North answers to no tyrant. Yield or face ruin. The Alpha King's pride burned like wildfire, But the truth in her words, the raw power of the northern beast, and the unity between girl and beast shook him. Slowly he backed down, snarling in frustration but unwilling to risk annihilation. Arya stepped forward, staff glowing, eyes unwavering. This night proves the North answers to justice, not fear. Remember this? The Ironclaw pack, silent now, watched in disbelief as the northern beast settled beside Arya. Its amber eyes softened only for her, a bond forged in trust and power. The Alpha King retreated, but the air remained charged with unspoken threats. Alliances would shift and enemies would plot revenge, but for the first time in centuries, the northern beast had a companion who spoke its true name, and together they could challenge any Alpha. Arya lowered her staff, breathless, snow clinging to her hair. The northern beast nudged her gently, an unspoken question in its gaze. "You did well," she whispered, "but this is only the beginning. The North has many secrets and not all are as willing to listen." The moon rose high, casting silver light across the valley. The northern beast, the girl who had tamed its name, and the shadow of the Ironclaw pack's retreating forces marked the beginning of a new era. A story of fire, ice, and a bond stronger than any Alpha's rule.